Hello everyone, Paddy here, and it is time for a Lego build. Now obviously we showed you the box full of things, so we're going to start working our way through all the little builds that we bought. Going to start with some Mighty Micros, and mainly because I'm going to be building them in... I'm going to mix them up, DC then Marvel. But this one has to go first, because Brainiac is a character that gets sorely overlooked. One of the better villains, because he's not really a villain, he's just misunderstood and maybe a bit psychotic, but that's besides the point. So let's build this and then we'll put it on the spinny disc and take a look at it at the end. So here we are with the spinny disc. Let's get him off this disc. So we have a little Supergirl, and the cape doesn't really work inside her car, so I'll take her out. So we have a Supergirl minifig. Got one of the nice fabric capes, but obviously it's one of the stumpy ones because she's got the little stumpy legs. Quite a cool little face. It's got got the childishness and the little bit of cartooniness that's come with all of these Mighty Micros so far. But if you don't have a Supergirl, that's a good one to have. You could probably just pop off the tiny legs and put on normal ones. A car, it's kind of a cross between cousins. So we've had the Superman Mighty Micro before, and his was just all blue. This has got her yellow and a bit more colour variation in it. Feels a bit more like the ship that she came in, because obviously he was in a much smaller shuttle and she was an adult when she was sent out, well, teenager when she was sent out, so that's quite cool. As well, you are always surprised by the detail and difference they can get out of so few pieces. Back in the car you go. The only downside to her is, obviously, as I've already said, her cape doesn't quite fit. It gets folded up in there, so it's a bit awkward. I'll bunch it up like that. And she's carrying a magnifying glass. If you want to know why the accessory is, because our good pal Brainiac, out it comes, has in his hands the bottle city of Kandor. Kandor being obviously the city that Supergirl grew up in, and I think in various versions of the comic her family are still in there. I can't remember. It changes all the time. What's in and not in Kandor is quite different. There's even one. Is it All-Star Superman where? Yeah, All-Star Superman, where they just let all the they couldn't resize them, so they just let them all loose on the moon. Anyway, Brainiac is a sentient AI who was given the task of acquiring all knowledge in the universe, and one of the ways he would go to a planet, take a sample of the planet, so one of the cities, and capture it, miniaturize it, store it for later data, download everything from the planet, and then destroy the planet so it could no longer make any more new information. That's what I mean about him not being truly evil, just following his instructions to a much too accurate a degree. His ship is one of the most impressive parts. So it's got a lot of bright colours, greens and oranges. The only thing it's lacking is a few tentacles. So in the comics, if I remember to put it into this edit, you'll see somewhere over here a picture of what his ship generally looks like in the comics, which is a giant floating skull, normally with his face on it, with tentacles, tubules hanging off, giant dreadlocks. And for the Mighty Micro scale, that is quite cool. I like the dome, it works really well. With all of them, you've got to get their arms in the right position or they don't go back in. There we go. And the fact that it closes over properly is pretty good. So as with all these Mighty Macros, you can't really go wrong at the price. They're really cheap, but they're also really detailed. And with that, I'm gonna go. We will be back later this week with more videos. Decide who I'm going to do next. I don't quite know. Bye.